Namaste. Good day to all of you. This is Dr. Uma Kedvital, Faculty of Agricultural and Veterinary Sciences, Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. And as you know, I'll be taking the Agricultural Microbiology lab this semester. So, in the previous session, we have learned about enumeration of microbial cultures from soil. So, in this session, we will be looking at the various methods for isolation and purification of microbial cultures. Pure strain of bacteria can be isolated by using streaking plate method that we will be following. But in the principle, we will be going through all the methods that are available for isolation of pure cultures of bacteria. And the same principles could be used for fungus or actinomycetes. Excuse me. So fungus or actinomycetes as well, because like we said in the previous session, if we are going for a viable plate method, the only difference for isolation of a fungus and a bacteria would be in the medium. Like you will have to use the selective medium for the organism that you want to selectively isolate from the culture, and that in itself would be like sufficient. And then if you are following the streak plate method or the serial dilution method or whatever the methods are for isolation and preparation of the pure cultures. Now, what is a pure culture? That is one term that you have to know in this context of isolation and purification of cultures. So, what is a pure culture? Pure culture is essentially defined as a culture of microorganisms that has grown from a single cell. So, in essence, we have no way of actually establishing whether it's a pure culture unless you are going for the micro manipulation techniques by which you are isolating a single cell and then growing it. But otherwise, it is defined as a culture that has grown from a single cell. But it could be that there shouldn't be any other organism in that. It is supposed to be a pure culture of a single organism, a single strain of a single organism. Like there will be different strains also of the same species. Like they will have minor genetic or other changes in them. Like E. coli itself has got non-pathogenic and pathogenic strains available. Like and the DH5 alpha are all strains that we will be using for lab purposes, for cloning purposes. But there are multiple other strains of E. coli that are available as well. So these are all things that need to be taken care of. So if we are going for isolation and purification of microbial cultures, so our objective would be to isolate a pure strain of bacteria by the technique of streaking plate method. So and the objectives in there will be serial dilution of soil sample, the same as what you had done for the enumeration of various organisms from the soil sample. Then there will be media preparation, because you will need to use the media in order to grow them. We'll be using a viable plate method and a streaking plate method, and then the streaking. So if we are going into the theory behind that, I'll give a quote that is given in Burgess Manual of Systemic Bacteriology. That is considered to be the Bible for identification of bacterial strains. Like you have the trait, you are classifying it into which species, which genera, and all that. So that is a system of classification for bacteria according to the genera and species. So there is a very famous statement in there that although a few bacteria are so morphologically remarkable that they can be identified without isolation, there are very few number of them, and pure cultures are nearly always necessary before one can attempt identification of an organism, because the one of the common techniques that is used in order to identify the bacteria are the 16S RNA technique. And for collecting the 16S RNA, you need a pure culture. Otherwise, you will have a mixture of the 16S RNA and it would make the identification nearly impossible. So that is one of the gold standards for identification of a species. And testing pure cultures is essential for the success of any microbial identification system. So the multiple methods that are used for identification of microorganisms are street plate method, pore plate method that we had discussed, but there will be slight variations when we are doing it for the isolation of pure cultures rather than for the enumeration purpose. Then there is the spread plate method, the serial dilution method, the single cell isolation methods, and the enrichment culture method. So enrichment culture method will involve the specialized media in order to specifically grow certain organisms and prohibit the growth of other microorganisms. So if we are going into each of them in a detailed fashion, so the first would be the streak plate method. So in a streak plate method, we'll be, it's the most commonly used method in order to isolate pure cultures of bacteria. Even when you are trying to prepare an inoculum, first step will be you take the glycerol stock and on an agar slab, you'll be making a streak, continuous streak of the bacterial stock that you have. You'll actually, if you're working from a glycerol stock, you'll first inoculate it into a liquid media, and from there, using the inoculation loop, you'll take some quantity of the culture and make a streak, so that that becomes your inoculum for your experiments. Like the final colony that will be staying as a single colony separated from the others, that will be what will be used as the source for inoculation for future experiments, so that we can be reasonably sure that there are no contaminants present in the culture. So in microbiology, we have to define it. So it is a technique used to isolate a pure strain from a single species of microorganism. It's mostly used for bacteria because fungus tends to go have mycelia and spores and all that, and there is always a probability of contamination. So this was developed by Leffler and Gaffkey in Robert Koch's laboratory. You know that Robert Koch was an early microbiologist. So this involves the dilution of bacteria by systematically streaking them over the exterior of an agar plate in a petri dish, or we could even use slants in a test tube. So in order to obtain isolated colonies, which will then grow into a number of cells or isolated colonies. So streaking is rapid, and ideally, if you have once learned how to do that, it's a very simple process. So the technique is done by diluting a comparatively large concentration of bacteria into smaller concentration. Like over here, you have a liquid culture and you are taking a very small drop of it on your inoculation loop, and then you're streaking it onto your agar plate. So what happens is you are taking such a small number and spreading it on such a huge area. So there is always a probability that you will get isolated colonies by the end of the streak. So it is an ideally simple process, and the decrease of bacteria should show that the colonies are sufficiently spread apart to affect the separation of the different types of microbes. I was telling that streaking is done using a sterile tool. So we have learned in the sterilization process that the inoculation loops would be sterilized by red heat, using a Bunsen burner and a flame. It will be heated up until it's like red hot, and then it will be cooled down. And only once it's cooled down, we'll be dipping it in the medium in order to collect the culture. So normally it's advisable that you streak a second plate. Like you have streaked the first plate, and once that is done, do not dip this inoculation loop in alcohol or into the medium again. You'll simply take another plate and then streak it and mark it at the same as this one as 1 and 2. Because if we do not get single colonies at the end of this streak, we will definitely get single colonies at the end of the other streak. And if we are getting single colonies at the end of the streak, then we might have very few colonies, if at all any, in the other plate. But that doesn't matter. We will be able to get single colonies in at least one of the plates, if not both. And that gives us more options to work with. So that is reason why we are supposed to streak 2 plates. So in this experiment also, you will be actually keeping 2 plates. For a single streak, you will be using the same inoculation loop and streaking in 2 plates, so that you will be able to get colonies from at least one of them. So like there's a term called confluence. So confluence is when the organism that you're growing is spread out over the entire plate, or like it's spreading from one colony to another. You can't get individual units out of that. So streaking essentially is to remove confluence at least by the end of the streak, so that you will get individual colonies that are growing out of single bacterial cell that could have been left there when we were streaking. So here the assumption is that each colony is the progeny of a single microbial cell, and thus representing a clone of a pure culture. So I'll show you the image of the various methods of streaking. Like there are different ways in which you could make a streak. So yeah, let me just share the screen. So this is a continuous streak. Over here, you will be like doing like the. So that is one way of getting a continuous streak. Now there is another one. You will be starting from the middle and going to the end, so that in the middle the concentration might be higher and there might be a clump over here, but from there you're like streaking 4 or 5 times to each of the corners and making quadrants out of it. So there is every possibility that you will get colony single colonies at either this end or this end or this end or this end. So you have taken media only once, and then it will be like streaked all over here. So you'll start from here, end it here, then pick up your inoculation loop again and start from here and end till here, then again start from here and end till here, then again start from here and end till here. This will be done with the same inoculation loop without taking the inoculum again and again. And once that is done, reasonably, it's sure that you will be getting colony at least the last streak that was made. And then there are the divergent methods, like you will be putting your inoculum, the medium over here, and then it will be like dragged in multiple lines all over the plate. So, and then there is the T method, in which you will be having streaks in crosses, like in perpendicular to each other. And through here also, like you will be doing the streak first and then dragging it. So this area might have confluent growth, but here, like this will be the last portions, and here again you will be expecting to get a reasonably okay number of colonies, individual separated colonies. Now this is not so much preferred, because if you are getting single colonies over here, there is always the possibility that it could end up getting mixed with the most confluent growth over here. So this method is not so much preferred, but again, this one over here, instead of having in perpendicular, you'll choose different angles. So you'll start from here, then go like this, and then go like this. So by this end, you'll get single isolated colonies. Now, if you can go as individual lines also, then also this will be simple streaking, like one streak over here, one streak over here, one streak over here. Like that, you could even go for like 5 or 6 streaks if you're using a 100 dish. So that the way you will be using that over here in this experiment, you will be doing streaks like this, because this is one of the easiest methods of streaking. This doesn't require any expertise in, and you can do it in a continuous fashion with your streaks going in a continuous fashion. And if you're starting from one end of the Petri plate, you will be reasonably, it's a reasonable expectation that you will get a good number of isolated colonies by the end at the streak. So this is the method that you will be following for the experiment. So that is it about streaking. In the we'll be finishing with this session now. In the next session, I'll be talking about the other methods of obtaining a pure culture, and then we'll go into the procedure for the experiment, and that'll be that for this session. Thank you. Have a good day.